Dear student, Amanat Ali once again. I'm gonna talk about writing unit 7 level 3. It's page 162, and today our topic of our writing is writing a cause and effect essay. As you know from the name, the cause and effect. Cause means the reason and effect means the result. For example, when you do something, we have reason and a effect is result. Yeah, so reason and result, cause and effect essay. Yeah, as you know, the organization of the paragraph is same like we have introductory paragraph, we have body paragraphs, and we have a concluding paragraph. So in the introductory paragraph, same like a narrative essay or other essays, as you have already been familiar with the introductory paragraph, describe the situation, also give the background information, and include the thesis statement or main idea. Then you have to write a body paragraph. The body paragraph always support the thesis statement, and also it also include topic sentences for each paragraph. Yeah, topic sentences for each paragraph, and then the concluding paragraph summarize the main idea. Here uh, uh, in a sample paragraph, my friend Bill, and he's talking about friend and act of kindness. Let's move to activity B. Complete the graphic organizer with information from the essay. Cause. What was the cause and what were the effects? Yes. So the cause. For example, we read the first paragraph. We will know what is the cause. In one of my college class this semester, we were required to do an act of kindness for the elderly. My project involved buying food for and preparing lunch for elderly person. So then I spent about $10. The lunch includes soup, a sandwich, and dessert. I packed up the lunch and went off. Okay, this is the detail. So what is the cause of the essay here? My project involved buying food. No, it's not. We are required to do an act of kindness to elderly person. Act of kindness, so they wanna buy food and share it with the elderly person. Then it is what are the effects when they buy food for the elderly person? Effects help elderly person. Okay, first effect. He has been writing here to work more. Yes, so a person I visited, the 85-year-old named Bill, who was unable to walk more than a few steps due to health issues. When I bought him a meal, he was very happy to see me. He has no family, and the only person he sees is the nurse aide who comes every morning. And so, what happened? He becomes happy. The person, so help elderly person and make him happy. You can say. Then we'll move to paragraph 3, and what will be the effect? Another effect is that, yeah, enjoyed what happened when he did this. When I started talking to Bill, I found that he had a very interesting life. He had been train engineer when train travel was much more popular. He had many interesting stories. So what happened? He enjoyed talking with the Bill. And also you will read paragraph 4 and find the effect. Biggest effect of his project was that I realized that working with elderly as an area that I am very interested in. So an area of research you can study about helping the elderly people. So you can write these are the three effects. Then we'll move to the next paragraph. Here is another model or you can say sample paragraph. Model paragraph. Read model cause and effect essay, then answer the question below on page 165. The topic is giving with Tom shoes. Giving with. Okay, let's move to the activity. What is the situation or cause that is described in this essay? What is the situation? In 2006, Black Mykowski was traveling in South America and noticed that many children here had no shoes. So, cause, what is the reason or the cause of the or the situation? So Mayakovsky was traveling and noticed that children there had no shoes. So this is the situation. Then find the thesis statement of essay, underline it. Find the thesis statement and underline it. Thesis statement, as you know, the statement that cover whole paragraph, the whole essay, that in the main sentence or idea that later the writer talked all about this. A few months later, Tom Schulz was mm, born. Mayakovsky found Tom's for-profit company that donates shoes of people around the world. The approach he uses is simple. He calls it one for one. This means that for every pair of shoes that you buy, Tom will donate pair of shoes someone needs. His company has done very well. So he's giving background information and other things. Then, however, in many poor parts of the world, it is big deal. Owning shoes can have great impact on people, health, education, and well-being. I think this is the thesis statement. Owning a shoe can have great impact on people, health, education, and well-being. This is the thesis statement, so we have to underline this statement. Yes, because he is gonna talk about this in the rest of the paragraph. What are the effect of or result in body paragraph 1? Write it below. Effect body paragraph 1, right? Okay, let's move to body paragraph 1. In many parts of the world, it is fairly common to see people, especially children, walking without shoes. However, are many dangers for children when they do not wear shoes. In different parts of the world, many diseases such as hookworm can be contracted through the feet. Additionally, you can cut your feet on rough terrain or broken glass in some case, which can lead to infection and risk of death. Finally, some climates are quite cold and lack of footwear can lead to illness. So simply owning a pair of shoes help to maintain child health. So the what was the effect? Having yes, helps keep maintain the child's health. This is the effect of giving shoes. So you have to do the rest of exercise. Write one detail of, for example, that writer used to support the first effect. In the same paragraph, in the paragraph 1, you will see the if detail or example. What is the the effect or result in body paragraph 2? You have to find out the effect body paragraph 2. Oh, and also detail or example in the same body paragraph 2. Yes, and body paragraph 3, you have to find out the effect of giving shoes and it example as well. Then we will move to complex sentences. As you know, complex sentences are sentences which has there are two clauses. Yeah, two clauses. One is dependent, one okay. How? Yes, because people in United States donated money, her family received a goat. Okay, for so because Beatrice was not very happy when her mother told her about the goat. Look here, if we see when her mother told her about the goat and this statement, Beatrice was not happy. So see, these are two different clauses. One is independent. Independent means free. Beatrice was not very happy. It can stand alone, so it is independent clause. When her mother told her about the goat, so if you just look at this, it cannot stand alone. When her mother told her about the goat, when, this is dependent clause. So when we connect two clauses, it makes one sentence. This is called complex sentence. Because people in the United States donated money, her family received a goat. This is free, or you can say independent clause. Yes, her family received a goat, and dependent clause is because. With because, it is dependent. So we will move to next page. For more practice, we will understand. Yes, here you have to underline the dependent clause. Dependent means that cannot stand alone. A clause that can, for example, here their new computer repair business grew in the first year because they all worked night and day, because this is dependent. Dependent means that cannot stand alone, or you can a clause that doesn't give full meaning alone until you connect it with a independent clause, until you connect with independent clause. Since there was very little rain all spring, the amount of corn grown was very small. So which one is? Since there are very little rain all spring, the amount of the corn was very small. You can this if you look at the second clause, it's standalone. The amount of the corn grown was very small, but if the clause with since, it cannot stand alone. So you have to read the rest of the clauses, sentences, and just underline the dependent clause, and you have to show your answer to your teacher during the online session. Now, because we have to combine two sentences with word in parentheses, add a comma where necessary. As you know, if you yes, Sammy saved all money he made his in his computer in his summer job. He finally had enough money to buy a car. Because Sammy saved all the money he made in his summer job, finally had enough money to buy a car. If you look here, the first clause is dependent and the second clause is independent, free. The village no longer flood. The villager planted 100 trees on the hillside. So what happened? Village no longer in flood, means there is no flood. The villager planted 100 trees. So which one is dependent? We will use since here. Since the villager planted 100 trees on the hillside, the village no longer in flood. Yes. The organization had received enough donation. It bought the new equipment. Okay, let's check. The organization had received enough donation. Yes, when the organization had received enough donation, it bought the new equipment. So it bought the new equipment is independent clause, free. So we use when with when the organization had received enough donation. So you have to move to next sentences. You have to read the sentences and add because with the dependent clause, and since also with dependent clause, and combined sentences. Look, if you use since, when, or since in the beginning, as you know, if you use since, when, or because in the beginning, then when first clause finish, we put comma. Right, this is all for this unit. I hope you will find it useful for you, and you have to solve these exercises and show it to your teacher during the online session. Thank you so much.